And good morning.
Good morning.
As you can see, I'm very late on my vlogs. I have been vlogging every day. I just didn't have the time or the energy to edit. So I'm editing now 2 videos a day. And we are coming from the future. Today is actually February 12th. We are calling from one of our destinations because Maria went to Brazil once. And she went to Rio, to Ilha Grande, and now she had her first experience in Brazil with a very good guide that I am, and she went to the south. So I wanted her to give her opinion on Brazil in general, and of course in Florianopolis. How did you feel about that trip? From the beginning, like we arrived in São Paulo and
São Paulo was kind of like expected, busy city, a lot of cars, a lot of traffic. We went to downtown areas and not the prettiest area, São Paulo. We only spent the night there and we drove to Florianopolis. It was about a 10-hour drive. And you can see the difference as you're going south, how Brazil is start changing so much, because like you mentioned, I was in Rio, which is a gorgeous city. I'm not saying it's not, but it wasn't the best experience. It wasn't the best experience. Rio is not very safe, so even if I stay in a really good hotel in the Copacabana beach, which is the famous beach, I couldn't even leave the hotel.
And when was that?
That was in 2 years ago, in
March.
March.
The pandemic, right?
After the pandemic.
So 2021. Yeah, 2 years ago. For sure,
2021, yeah. So that's the thing about the service in Rio was terrible. People were not very accommodating. Everyone, and it wasn't just me. It was a group of us. I was running a fitness camp, and we all felt the same way. Like we were like, you know what, beautiful city, but not to come back.
And regarding Florianopolis, much smaller city.
Yeah.
How did you feel about that?
So that's a whole different story. So when you go to Florianopolis, it's actually what I was expecting of Brazil the first time. You have these gorgeous beaches and it's a gorgeous city. Florianopolis is like mountains, an ocean, and a city together, which is, for me, I mean, you have it all in one place. But the kids in Florianopolis, the food was amazing. The coffee was delicious, which in Rio I did not like the coffee, and I was like, Brazil is one of the major coffee producers of the world. How the coffee sucks so much.
And it's funny because Rio is actually next to the state that produces the coffee, which is
terrible.
Minas Gerais.
I couldn't wait to go home and have coffee, but in Florianopolis was completely different. People were super nice, super accommodating. The shopping was great. The food was delicious, and the cities were so safe. Like you can walk around, and you don't have to worry about anything. The houses are gorgeous. I honestly say it has nothing to envy a large city like Miami.
And you don't speak Portuguese, and most of the people in Florianopolis don't speak English or Spanish. How did you went around the city with that?
People try to accommodate. I mean, Florianopolis is a city that is, I guess, well known for tourists. Like tourists love the city. You mentioned that Paris Hilton used to celebrate their New Year's Eve there. So
a lot of Argentinians.
Yeah, so they're used to tourists, and so they're super accommodating. Like at one point you were busy, and I went walk on myself, and I got a coffee with pan de queijo, and everything was perfect. So
so from the finger foods, Brazilian finger food, which one did you like the most?
Pan de queijo.
The pan de queijo, the coxinha.
Pan de queijo. Pan de queijo is my favorite thing. It's light, it's bread and cheese. It can go wrong, but it's just the way they make it. Like I could eat pan de queijo. I ate a lot of pan de queijo throughout the day with coffee, because even at night I don't drink coffee. I was drinking coffee at night because it was just that good. So the seafood, obviously Florianopolis is famous for the seafood, and it's famous for a good reason. Every single restaurant that we went, even if the cooking style was different, the flavors were amazing. Everything felt fresh. The fruits, oh my god.
Oh, they have actually flavor.
Yes, the fruits taste so good. It's like you don't miss anything from anywhere. I've been to different places, different cities, different, and in Florianopolis you find it all. Easy to get around. I am going to say the traffic is crazy. For being such a small city, the traffic is jammed, like crazy. But besides that, charming. It's charming. You feel happy all the time. You everywhere you look around, everything is pretty. So yeah.
And regarding safety, how did you feel in Florianopolis?
Super safe. Like I was walking around with my cell phones, with my everything, and you don't feel. I am from Colombia as well, and you always kind of feel like, something could happen. In Florianopolis, you don't feel that at all.
And from the neighborhoods that we went, and people are going to see on the vlogs, which one?
Bless you. This is a real vlog.
Yeah, this is a real vlog, and I'm not editing this video, so it's going to go with that.
Exactly.
So we went to downtown, to Jurerê, to Ribeirão da Ilha, to Lagoa. Which one did you like the most?
Jurerê. Jurerê International is a place that OMG, like the houses that we saw, like we went to one of your clients and friends' house, and like nothing to envy to any mansions in Miami. And the sushi. Oh, by the way, the sushi. Oh my God.
And the sushi was like call in, like a delivery.
A delivery sushi. Probably one of the best sushis I ever have in my life, and I'm very picky with sushi. So Jurerê International was my favorite for sure, and then the city where your parents live, like the neighborhood your parents live, Itacurubi. I loved it. It feels very residential, but at the same time very open to international. I don't know why. It's just, and everything is super clean and super well kept.
Cost-wise,
it's not as inexpensive as Colombia is. So I always kind of compare US and everything like that. But definitely for the quality of food and the amount of food that you have, definitely a lot cheaper. So.
Yeah, we went to one of the best restaurants in the city, and we ate very well, seafood, waterfront, and everything. Gorgeous. And it was like $100. Yeah. And I remember commenting with you, like the burgers that we ate in Miami, 2 burgers, 2 beers, and a drink, and a dessert. It was $102. Oh,
that's true.
With the tips and everything, it was $102.
When we went to iBurger. Yeah, that's true.
Which is amazing, the iBurger, but when you see the price, in Florianopolis with $100, you eat fresh seafood that is caught fresh right there, cooked very well, and amazing service and everything, and it's $100.
And we have caipirinhas, we have beers. Yeah, it's true. So yeah, if you have American dollars spending in Florianopolis, you will live like a king and queen, which is what we did for the last 7 days.
What stand out to you in Florianopolis?
I think it stand out to me that even if it's a city in South America, it gives you the safety and the comfort of North America.
Okay,
and you have accessibility to pretty much everything. So it's nice to have that, because I do love South America. The things that I don't like about South America is the safety issue, and in Florianopolis you don't feel that, so it's perfect.
What you didn't like?
The traffic.
Okay.
Fuck.
But it's still less traffic than Miami.
Oh yeah, it's still less traffic than Miami. But
like the most traffic we got was like 30 minutes.
Yeah, but it felt long because it's uphill.
Yeah,
I mean, I wasn't even driving, but I was scared.
That's right.
Yeah, so the traffic feels quite heavy for such a small city. Is the only thing that I say, wow, like I was not, it's the only thing. But besides that, I keep telling you, there's so many things I had in my mind. We were in Florianopolis. That's why we decided to do this Q&A, because I'm like, because we stop on the road on these restaurants.
On the highway.
And the food and the bathrooms. Not even the expensive malls in Miami have those kind of bathrooms.
Yeah, but no, to be taken, it was a specific chain called Grau. I'm going to put it here because the other ones are nasty.
Okay, well, so you stop on the ones he made me stop, which is great. And yeah, I was extremely impressed. The bathrooms are super cool. And we went to the other city. The one is like Dubai in Brazil.
Balneário Camboriú, yes.
Balneário Camboriú. Like, to enter the buildings, residential buildings, they have face recognition. I was like, what? Like the technology? Yeah, like they have here. Like the technology, the bathrooms. I was extremely impressed about the luxury of these places. I was like, I cannot believe this is South America.
That's why Cristiano Ronaldo bought there.
Yeah.
Neymar bought there.
Yeah.
And a sheikh from Dubai bought there.
Yeah. And in general, it's a charming place. Overall, you have everything. You have landscape, you have food, you have service. You have things to do. The weather was wonderful. Yeah, I loved it. Definitely you should go and invest in Florianopolis. That would be a perfect place for a vacation home.
Yeah, very inexpensive for dollars and euros.
Yeah.
Very inexpensive.
So it's a perfect place.
Perfect. So. And tomorrow my take on Florianopolis after 4 years. I've been 4 years without going, and tomorrow I'll see what I think about it. So don't miss it.